We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello, Aromas. This is Aromie here, and welcome back to Changeling. We're here being followed by fucking Spencer as we're already nearing the club room. So let's see how this is gonna pan out. Oh shit. Chico, we rolled into the space between the sofa and coffee table as I clapped my hand over his mouth. Shh! I listened carefully for the sounds of my brother following me into the club room. I glanced at Elliot, slightly loosened my grip. Spencer followed me upstairs. I didn't see him until I was walking into the club. He'll probably try to follow me in here. But I mean, you know there's a spell in the room, right? I chewed my lip anxiously. I knew Allie had said that, but how am I supposed to trust something that I can't see? Can't even see. What happens if he looks in the club room with us in it? Elliot wriggled out of my grasp and sat up. He wouldn't see anything but an empty class, which is a problem considering he just saw me walk in. Then the spell will alter his memory and perception so he doesn't notice anything amiss. It'll be fine. Are you sure? I mean, he's already suspicious of me if he saw anything weird about the club room. It's okay, I promise. Come on. He pulled me up so we could both peek over the back of the sofa. Holy shit. Holy fuck. This game progression of this storyline is so quick that I'm not expecting it because, bitch, we're only on chapter 3. Spencer was standing in the door peering inside. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Elliot ducked back down, pulling me down with him. Why is he just standing in the doorway? I was whispering frantically, eyes wide. He wasn't exactly in the room with us, but he was just outside in the hall peering in. Is he? Is he really? Elliot crouched next to me, equally wide-eyed. He definitely hadn't been expecting to see Spencer standing there either. I don't know. Normally, we shouldn't even be able to see him the door because of the whole difference in space-time or whatever where the club exists. Can he see us? He shouldn't be able to. So what's he doing there? How should I know? What do we do? You're the expert on this stuff. I'm a newbie, remember? Well, let's just wait and listen. We sat there for what seemed like forever, breathing quietly. In the silence, I became almost hyper-aware of every sound. My own heart felt like it was beating loud enough for Elliot to hear. Then again, he's a vampire. For all I know, he could hear heartbeats. Time slowed to a crawl as the two of us huddled together, pressed against the front of the sofa. I looked up at him, realizing for the first time how close we were. When he looked down at me, our faces were mere inches apart. Am I gonna get CGR? His lips parted slightly, and I could just see his longer than usual fangs poking out. My breath caught in my throat as my mind went to so many strange places. Did it hurt when a vampire bit you? Did it hurt Elliot when he was bitten? Did he have scars? What was it like? Was it scary? I lifted my eyes slowly and I realized he was looking down at me too, a hint of pink spreading across his cheeks. My face heated up as well. I swallowed nervously. The atmosphere was suddenly heavy, and I almost forgot completely about Spencer. The moment dragged out with neither of us moving. I struggled to find my voice again. Think he's gone? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Elliot, you check, 'cause I'm a wimp. You check. I poked his shoulder, nudging him toward the back of the sofa. Okay, fine. He shifted slightly and pulled himself up to peer over the edge of the sofa. I took the opportunity to just collect myself. It was always a little weird to find yourself that close to someone else. Or tense, maybe. Unless, you know, it's family members, like, whatever. But if it's someone you like, or, like, maybe a friend, maybe it'll be weird. If you guys have never broken that boundary before. Or tense, maybe. I don't know. It was embarrassing. I pressed my hands to my stupid face, hoping it wasn't as red as I felt it. I avoided closing my eyes because I knew all I had to see was his face, his strange eyes. Strange, pretty eyes. Ugh, get that out of your head, idiot. Elliot breathed a long, loud sigh of relief. I immediately pulled myself up as well. He's gone. Yeah. Why is he following you around anyway? I told you before, right? He's really suspicious of me. I think even more so because I joined this club. It's not exactly known for being normal. I guess that's true. Have you told Vilos about it? Well, no. I mean, Allie had considered the possibility Spencer may also be a cryptic or something, but it's weird that we could see him standing there like that. Normally the spell doesn't really work that way, at least not for the normal humans. Yeah, it makes me wonder what he saw. Obviously he saw the room. Because we saw him. If we could see him, he could see us. But we were hiding, of course. That's the weird thing. I don't think he saw anything strange. I mean, he'd have reacted if he saw the room change or something. But Spencer has a deadpan face, so I don't think he would. And if he saw you walk in, then he didn't see you in the room when he checked, you'd think he would have poked around rather than just standing there. I think he was just so in disbelief at what just happened. That's true, and if he had seen us, then he'd have said something. I mean, we did hide though. Maybe he thinks he did. Hard to say what the protection spell showed him, but I should probably talk to Vilos about it. Do you have to mention it to him? Well, I kind of feel like I should. I just don't want to cause any issues for Spencer if I can help it. I don't think Vilos would do anything to him. He'd probably just check that the spell is still fine, or find a way to personally meet your brother and see if he can detect anything weird, like if maybe your brother is sensitive. That's the only time I can think of when the spell in the club might not work right. I was going to look into that. We just haven't had time to work out a way to approach him. He's been through a lot. Plus, when he gets upset, he takes it on me. Well, Vilos is busy this week anyway with everything going on. Maybe we can wait until next week to tell him. But I don't think we can put it off if Spencer keeps, following you and stuff. I get it. I gave him a slight smile and suddenly remembered that the sight of his face so close to mine, the feel of his warm breath. My face instantly heated up again and I stood, trying to distract myself. I should get my things together. I sort of just thrown them as I jumped over the sofa. I'll help. Oh shit, so Spencer, if he was able to see the room, he would see that my stuff was there. He laughed slightly. That was kind of an impressive swan dive over the back of the sofa. I have really strong survival instincts. That's not a bad thing. While I retrieved my backpack, he bent to pick something up off the ground. Here you go. I think this went flying when you dove over the sofa. Is it my art book? Well, thanks. It was a journal of my paranormal research. Elliot closed it and handed it over. What language is that anyway? Oh, that. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's just a stupid thing from when Spencer and I were kids. We kind of had this made-up language. I mean, I kind of made it up and taught it to him. Then I made an alphabet for it when we were older, and we'd write notes in it, sort of like a code. In a way, he forgot it after a while. So now I'm the only person who knows it. I thought I'd keep all my research notes in it. Oh, smart idea. That way your family can't read it, right? Pretty much. That's kind of cool. I guess it's sort of like those twin languages or something. Yeah, something like that. You should teach me sometime. I mean, if you want. Well, I mean, then you wouldn't be the only person that knows it. I don't mind teaching you. It's not that hard to learn. I flopped down on the sofa. Anyway, why are you up here? Or what are you doing up here? I figured no one would be here. Vilos had something he needed to tell me. He asked me to come up to the library. He glanced up at the clock. Right about now, actually. Oh, you're leaving. Yeah, sorry. It's okay. I was just going to spend the whole time reading anyway. I won't be long, but I'll try not to distract you today. I'm determined to not be distracted anyway. He shot me a grin and disappeared into the library. I sat there for a moment thinking about Spencer. Had he just been coming up to the club on his own to snoop around, or had he followed me? If it was the latter, how did he even know I was skipping lunch today? I was going to have to start being more careful. I think he was just watching me the whole entire time and just followed me. He probably didn't know I was going to skip out on lunch, but I did. I just so happened to. For now, all I could do was focus on my research and see if I could find a way to stop the sleepwalking. Spencer aside, that was my biggest priority at the moment. Spencer, well, I'd have to try to deal with him later. I opened my book, settled on the sofa, and was soon absorbed by my research. Chapter 4, Grant Mitchell. What does this psychologist need? This entire chapter is focused on him. Friday, October 22nd. Are we still on the same day? Holy shit. My afternoon courses were a bit lighter than the morning courses. Art, government, and a study period that I could choose to spend in the library or cafeteria, under the watch of whatever teacher I had free time. I had learned in the first week that the only people who went to the library were couples who were really appreciative the librarian was old and unobservant. After one very awkward study period on my first day, I permanently relocated to the cafeteria for all my study needs. And in any case, the cafeteria group was rarely watched closely. The teacher often showed up late or never showed up at all. Since we were all juniors and seniors, I suppose they figured we were mature enough to behave. That was probably their mistake, but it wasn't too bad most days. I I was sitting in my usual spot at a corner table with my math book open. It wasn't easy to focus though. Our lack of supervision ensured there was a lot more conversation than usual. I could sneak my earbuds out and listen to music, but the teacher would inevitably come back and catch me, and I really didn't want my phone confiscated. I sighed quietly, trying to focus, but it was impossible. With the disappearances at the public school, there were plenty to gossip about. I didn't even have to try to listen in to hear that most everyone was talking about the girl that had gone missing, and the 2 boys they still hadn't found. The table next to me was especially loud. I was trying really hard to ignore them since one of the people there was Kara. Oh, fuck. Who'd I've been managing to avoid lately. She largely avoided me after the first few days when she stirred up rumors about me and Spencer, but every so often I saw her staring at me and laughing with some of her friends, so I suspected she wasn't quite finished being a pain in the butt. I did my best to ignore her though. There was also James, who was a decent guy, but the 2 of them were with Kara's friends Emery and a boy named Luke, neither of whom I really liked. I wouldn't have paid attention to them, but it was difficult considering how loud they were being. James, why are you with these hoodlums? Well, now that someone else is missing, I doubt they'll find the other 2. They've been gone too long now. You know, they found a body in the woods last week, right? They think it's that hiker that went missing last month. What? A body in the woods? I hadn't heard anything like that, and I knew Dad would have heard it and mentioned something about it probably, but Vilas had said the missing person count was up to 5. Though you couldn't call it a missing person if there was a body. I frowned on the bed and all pretenses of studying as I continued to listen in. Yeah, I heard it was out by Shadow Lake Bog. Whoa, that's only a few miles from my house. It took them a few days to ID it because it was in pretty bad condition. Apparently an animal got a hold of it. Ugh. Like I said, I don't think they have much hope of finding the 2 missing guys at this point. They'll probably focus on trying to find the girl now. I sneaked a look over at the table. James seemed very upset. I wonder if he knew some of the missing kids. But I guess one didn't have to know the victims to be worried. They were pretty young, our age, maybe younger. I didn't want to think about them being in danger either. I can't believe something like this is starting up again. Yeah, it's been a while. 5 years. I looked away feeling awkward and anxious. I just hope they're found alive, no matter how slim the chance. One of those guys, I'd met him before. He was a good guy. Luke leaned in a bit closer. I had to strain to hear what he was saying. Don't tell anyone this, but you know my dad is a cop, right? They haven't released this information yet, but that body they found in the bog, the hiker, after they did the autopsy, they discovered that it was totally drained of blood. Drained of blood? Didn't you say it was in bad shape? It could have just been from animals or something. Nah, all the damage to the body happened after the person died. There's no way that could have caused the blood loss. So you're saying something drained the person's blood completely before they died, then tossed their body in hopes animals would destroy the evidence. James shuddered. That's creepy, man. More than you know. Because, I mean, the first thing that came to mind was vampires, assuming that was true. Concerning his son is spreading it around school, a certain investigator might want to learn to keep his mouth shut about work at home. Still, vampires? I mean, it made sense. If there was a supernatural society and if it was as dangerous as everyone seemed to think, then of course there'd be stuff like this that happened, even if there were laws against it. But how much did the agency interns have to do with that case? Milos had been talking to Elliot about it. Because he was an intern, or because he was a vampire. That worried me. I didn't want Allie doing something dangerous, especially if it was to do with people in the supernatural community murdering others. Jeez. I sneaked another look at Kara's table and realized that beyond them at another table was a familiar face, and he also seemed to be listening in. Mark, I love you. Mark Louis, I don't know. As a vampire, I realized. In fact, Elliot had said there were more vampires than any other cryptic group in the school, and a large community in Pine Hollow itself. Did that mean this town lent itself to more issues with them than other places? I wonder exactly how many vampires live in this city. Man, there is so much I don't know about this stuff. Murders in the woods, huh? That's some scary stuff, I'll say. I tapped my fingers on my book thoughtfully as I continued to listen. Yeah, you know they say that the bogs fill with bodies of all the people who've gone missing over the years? They also say that the weird lights you see out there sometimes are ghosts. That's all just urban legend. Besides, if it was true, they'd be out there trying to look for them. They can't. The whole area is protected by some environmental group. They're not going to let people come in and tear it up to look for decades-old body. So in other words, no one knows what's really out there, and no one ever will. I bet we know one person who might know something. Bitch? Bitch, are you talking about me? My head snapped up and I realized they were all three staring at me. Damn it, Kara! Fuck you! Fuck you, Kara! Thought I was getting away from you, but I'm not. You're quite pretty, but you also have a foul personality. But this is where I'm going to stop for today's episode. Damn it, Kara! But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Touch it, touch it, touch it.